Tonight, report on why court proceedings are on hold for a man facing murder charges, and Moses Lake outlines its priorities for its new budget. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Afraid of basketball gets big CWAC wins over Wapato, and Moses Lake wrestlers turn in a solid outing at the Dream Duels. Let's take a quick glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, Chaslin here at the Weather Center. Increasing cloud cover overnight, patchy fog through the overnight and morning hours, and another system approaching the area. More details very soon.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A former Kittitas County Superior Court judge may return from retirement to resentence Barry Lukaitis. Lukaitis was 14 when he killed 2 students and a teacher and wounded a 4th person in 1996 in Frontier Middle School. He was tried as an adult and convicted of 2 counts of aggravated murder in the 1st degree. While the sentencing occurred in Grant County, it was handled by former Kittitas County Superior Court Judge Michael Cooper. The judge sentenced him to 2 life sentences and an additional 205 years. The sentence changed after a 2012 U.S. Supreme Court decision allowing Lukaitis to be released as early as 2021. The justices ruled juveniles couldn't be sentenced to life without parole. In response, the state legislature changed the law so children younger than 16 years old who were convicted of aggravated murder could be paroled after 25 years in prison. 7th graders at Parkway Middle School in Ephrata showed off their science projects recently during the school's annual science fair. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
McKinley Folk stood next to a modified skeet shooter Thursday night. The device was modified to hold a bat so the 7th grade student could test how well different types of bats worked.
The composite bat hit an average of 65.9 feet.
Okay.
And the aluminum bat hit an average of 55.1 feet. And the wooden 40.6.
Her conclusion was a bat made of a composite of metals worked best for hitting the ball. Folk was one of roughly 100 7th grade students presenting their findings to a group of parents and other community members during Ephrata Middle School Science Fair. The event is a culmination of at least a month's worth of work for the students presenting their findings. They began their projects by coming up with a question and worked until recently formulating an answer. 7th grade science teacher Jason Downer said the event is designed to help teach students how the scientific method works.
Try to develop a question, follow it through, get some information, and be able to answer and understand that question a little bit better. And the real hope is that they pick something that they're interested in. And so 1, they get an understanding, 2, they get a nice grade, and 3rd, they actually learn something that really helps them in their regular life.
Experiments ranged from looking at what type of sugar forms better sugar crystals, to how much electricity is conducted by salt water, to examining how quickly gum lost its flavor. Downer said the projects are largely related to the students' interests.
A lot of kids do some sports. Some kids very farm-related type projects like equestrian, things that I've had different feed for different animals that they care for. Some kids are more into plant projects, growing plants. Some kids are into projects where they're doing different flight airplanes and helicopters. The quadcopters are really popular right now. And the girls tend to do a lot of makeups and makeup testing and things like that.
Students with the best projects are getting the chance to bring them to the regional science fair later in the year. They have a chance to advance to the state and then national competitions. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
The court proceedings are on hold against a man accused of shooting 2 people in a Royal City business. Eduardo Ibarra Valencia, a 30-year-old Royal City resident, is being evaluated for his competency at the request of his defense attorney. Ibarra Valencia is facing charges in Grant County Superior Court of murder in the 1st degree and attempted murder in the 1st degree. He is presently in Grant County Jail with a bail of $1 million. Eastern State Hospital doctors are going to conduct the evaluation. The case is going to remain on hold until the evaluation is finished. A review hearing for the case is scheduled for February 23rd. iFIBER Valencia allegedly shot and killed Joel Rodriguez, a 49-year-old Quincy man, and then chased and shot a 54-year-old man at their place of work on November of 2015. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be back right after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
I'm Chaslyn Rodriguez bringing you your local weather. This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Warming trend continues around our area with those temperatures above the normal for this time of year, especially for the second half of the work week. Now for tonight, we're expecting cloudy skies, increasing cloud cover through the overnight hours with patchy fog and those temperatures around freezing. Will bring slick roads possible through the morning commute. So if you're heading out, make sure you take precaution. Now, weak system will approach our area Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, bringing us that chance of some showers. Taking a closer look at the almanac within the past 24 hours, we started off with temperatures around the normal for this time of year in the mid-20s, maximum temperatures in the upper 30s, and that sunset around 4:49 p.m. And for Moses Lake, we started off with temperatures around the normal for this time of year in the mid-20s. Those maximum temperatures in the lower 40s with that record high of 56 degrees, and that was in 1992. Sunset at 4:48 p.m. Now, right now outside your door, mostly cloudy skies are expected, increasing cloud cover through the overnight hours with patchy fog. So there will be low visibility overnight and through the morning commute. Temperatures in the mid-30s overnight, and those winds pushing through pretty calmly from the northwest. Now there is a low pressure system extending from eastern parts of Texas through the lower Mississippi Valley, bringing that threat of showers and thunderstorms. Heavy rainfall is likely, especially towards the lower Mississippi Valley around 11 a.m. for tomorrow. And all that moisture will continue shifting towards the southeast into the Tennessee Valley and the mid-Atlantic, bringing that threat of showers and thunderstorms. Snow is likely through the Great Lakes. And now another system approaching the northwest, bringing that threat of showers and thunderstorms. Heavy rainfall is likely through the morning commute for the coastal area. So Long Beach, you have that threat of showers and thunderstorms, and all that moisture will continue shifting towards the east, bringing that threat of showers and thunderstorms around 11:30. Heavy rainfall is likely for western parts of our state and slowly dissipating towards the east, bringing us that slight chance of showers for Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday. We're expecting cloudy skies for tonight, even for tomorrow. We're expecting cloudy skies. Temperatures along the coastal area will remain from the upper 40s to lower 50s for our area, the Columbia Basin. Those temperatures ranging from the mid-30s for Bridgeport, for Ephrata in the lower 40s, as well as for Moses Lake, even Royal City, temperatures in the lower 40s with that threat of showers through the late afternoon hours on Tuesday. Mostly cloudy skies are expected on Wednesday, and then another chance of precipitation for Thursday with temperatures in the lower 50s.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalence to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PUD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
The postseason basketball race is heating up in the CWAC, and the Ephrata Tigers are right back in the thick of it with wins at home over Wapato Friday. First game of the evening was a lopsided contest. The second was a real Donnybrook. Harley Vanetta knocked down a career-high 28 points, and the Lady Tigers blew past the Wolves 70-47 in the first game of the evening. This one was decided early, with Ephrata posting 22 first-quarter points on the board to Wapato's 4. The second quarter was a back-and-forth battle that saw both teams hit for 19 points. Ephrata took a 41-23 score into the locker room at the half. The Tigers knocked down 29 second-half points to win in a cakewalk. Katie Hillard turned in another solid outing for Ephrata with 18 points. Maddie Youngers added 11. The Lady Tigers moved to 8-6 with the win and into 5th place in the CWAC standings with 4 games left. The Ephrata boys were looking to string together back-to-back wins for the first time in nearly a month, but they knew it would require their best effort to knock off the number 8 ranked Wolves. It was a battle of wills with both teams dialed in from the tip, running and gunning, trading buckets in the first quarter that had Wapato up 21-19. The Tigers turned the tide with a 23-17 second quarter to go up top 42-38 at the break. The third quarter was a real difference maker, with the Ephrata D holding the number 8 ranked Wolves to just 8 points. The Tigers knocked down 13 to take a sizable 55-36 lead into the final 8 minutes of the contest. The Wolves refused to roll over and closed within 6 with a 27-point fourth quarter. Ephrata drained 24 and pulled out a wild 79-73 win to remain in the thick of things. 3 players scored in double figures for the Tigers. Quint Ostrowski paced the Tigers with 22 points. Colin Ammon added 16. Bailey Evenson knocked down 12. The number 2 ranked Moses Lake girls got back-to-back wins over Wenatchee and Davis to move to 16-0 on the season. Jessie Luetta led 3 Moses Lake players in double figures with 18 points in the team's 64-27 win over Wenatchee at home on Friday. The Chiefs jumped out to a 23-5 lead after the first 8 minutes were in the books. Moses Lake led 45-12 at the half. Abby Rathbun added 17 for the Chiefs. Jamie Luetta finished with 11. Moses Lake blew past the Panthers 54-30 in Yakima Saturday. The Chiefs opened the action with a 17-4 first quarter run. Moses Lake led 32-9 at the half. Jessie Luetta had the hot hand again for Moses Lake, knocking down a game-high 21 points. Jessica Olson added 10. The Moses Lake boys dropped both of their games over the weekend to fall to 4-4 in the Big 9 standings. The Panthers pulled out a 61-55 thriller over the Chiefs Friday. Things were looking good for Moses Lake with the home team up top, 32-24 at the break. The Chiefs pushed the lead to 44-33 heading into the final 8 minutes, but there was no quit in the Panthers as Gavin Long put the team on his back, and Wenatchee closed the gap to 50-49 with 3 minutes to go. A long bucket and an ensuing free throw put the Panthers up top 52-50 with 2 minutes left. The Chiefs missed the front end of a 1-and-1, and a coast-to-coast jam by Long made it 54-50. Moses Lake came unraveled down the stretch when a technical foul was whistled on Gonzalez for a pushback. Long sank both free throws, and the Chiefs' hope for a come-from-behind win was dashed. The boys dropped a 71-50 contest to Davis in Yakima Saturday. Cesar Sandoval led the Moses Lake attack with 19 points. Ricardo Gonzalez finished with 13. The Chiefs will try to snap a 3-game skid when the team hits the road to Eisenhower on Saturday. Well, the #1 ranked Moses Lake Chiefs turned in a solid outing at the Dream Duels in Spokane. The Chiefs went 3-1 on the day, starting off with a dominating 52-12 win over Walla Walla. Moses Lake lost a close 32-31 second match to Meade. The Chiefs beat Kentridge 55-11 in round 3, and then closed out the day with a 49-12 statement win over University. Moses Lake ends the regular season undefeated in Big 9 competition. The Chiefs are back on the mats at Davis February the 5th and 6th for the District 6 meet. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the first Sleep on the Street event in Moses Lake to raise awareness about the problem with homeless in Grant County and support the new warming station. Reporter Devin Higgins has the details.
Homelessness is an issue in almost every city and every state. On Thursday night, 4 members of the Grant County Homeless Task Force came together to raise money and community awareness for the homeless by spending a night on the street. El Sendero Pastor Mike Alvarado, Moses Lake School District official Dave Balka, Moses Lake Police Chief Dave Ruffin, and Serve Moses Lake Director Tim Cloyd shacked up in cardboard boxes and sleeping bags in the parking lot at Penhaleric's True Value Hardware to get a taste of what the homeless go through every night. Cloyd talked about how the task force came up with the idea.
Well, the Grant County Homeless Task Force was put together to deal or to try to help the situation with homelessness in our community and throughout the county. And we felt like, okay, we could work towards some physical remedies, but it's really education for the community that's needed to help people become aware. There's a lot of myths and fears and misunderstandings, and so we felt like this would be a step for us to bring awareness, to kind of heighten the awareness in the community, and it certainly has done that. And with the addition of the warming center starting this year, we thought this is a good timing for us to bring that to light, to receive donations from the community, to get people connected to it in a practical way.
While the guys hunkered down for a long night, Cloyd said what they experienced is only a fraction of what homeless people can go through every day.
First of all, in doing this, we're not saying that we know what it's like to be homeless. You know, we've dressed really warmly. We've got some comforts that way. So it's really not about us saying, hey, I know what it's like to be homeless and I can understand what you've been through. It's more about, okay, we need to take a step and help the community understand that it takes a whole community to help people that are in this place. And if we can take one small step to bring more awareness to that, Well, we believe that everyone deserves that human dignity, no matter what situation they might find themselves in. If they are struggling with substance abuses or alcohol, they still need to be loved and cared for, and they need those basic elements. And we would rather have a person come to the warming center where we can develop a relationship with, hopefully, and when they're ready to make those kinds of changes and decisions, then hopefully we can help point them in the right direction. You know, it's true, we were actually pretty grateful last winter that it wasn't as harsh as previous winters have been. And so that we felt like, oh, good, that gives us even more time to accomplish this. But we thought, like, man, we've got to make that first step. That warming center became available. We really went after it. And so that's been a good, healthy step for us. You know, it's been averaging probably 11 or 12 people every night there. And so we thought, okay, we're going in the right direction. Let's keep this going.
Along with the Sleep on the Street campaign, the task force is doing the annual point-in-time homeless count next Thursday, and the warming center is open through the end of February. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. Public safety, city infrastructure, and making Moses Lake more efficient are a few of the priorities for the city staff under the new budget. The City Council began discussing the priorities for its 2016 budget during a recent study session. City Manager John Williams said city staff plan to use the priorities when determining where to allocate the roughly $12 million the city can spend. The first step of the process was setting overall goals for the city. The staff planned on using the goals to develop different funding packages. Council members suggested a series of initiatives they wanted to pursue. They included making sure public safety was adequately funded, focusing on changes to improve tourism, making the government more efficient, improving communication with the public, making the city budget understandable, and having regular meetings with the county commissioners. The Gary Sinise Foundation is accepting donations for former Moses Lake resident and Marine Corporal Sergeant Nick Kimmel. Kimmel was critically wounded during a tour in Afghanistan on December 1st, 2011, when he was hurt by an improvised explosive device during a construction project with his unit. The explosion cost Kimmel most of his legs and his left arm. Earlier in January, the foundation provided Kimmel with a customized smart home in Fallbrook, California, in recognition of his sacrifice and service, and to provide a way for Kimmel to live independently. Throughout the construction of each home, the foundation encourages participation by communities to build a network of informed and invested supporters. One way to contribute is through a Buy a Brick program. Smaller bricks with 3 lines of text are $100, and larger bricks with 6 lines of our text are $200. To make a donation by phone, call 818-432-8975. In Northwest News, a woman in Renton is in serious condition after being shot in a movie theater. Police say she was shot through the back of her chair by a man who was fumbling with a loaded gun behind her. Como's Gabe Cohen has more.
On this Beacon Hill street, some know Michelle Malari as the neighbor who always smiles and waves.
Nice, yeah, this is nice.
Friends tell me she works for a healthcare company and loves the patients she helps every day. She's also part of a tight-knit family.
As a family, I said, I don't know what happened.
This man says he's Michelle's uncle, and he's in a much better place now than he was Thursday night.
I feel relief because they said it's in a stable condition now, so that's good news.
He was one of many who came to Harborview after he heard his niece had been shot. She's still there, being treated and improving. Meanwhile, her family remains hopeful she'll pull through.
She's a good person, yeah. There's not such a bad that I could tell about her, you know.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.